if I turn some of those off. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'll just do a live show anyway, but the interview's not going to happen tonight. Just basically, I had a little gripe about Facebook. There's more gripes to come. I love a gripe. Just talking about the situation in the world right now, basically. And thanks again, by the way, Alan. The way we see the world is nearly, for all of us, except for me, because I don't watch television or read newspapers or watch any news. I do get it from Facebook, so I suppose I'm part of it. But I kind of learn how to ignore it. Some of it still gets in, but I'm not a mad scroller. I tend to look at the people who've responded to me and see their stuff, and then I come off, and then I'll make some posts. And I belong to so many groups on Facebook, and I have so many different accounts that takes my time up. And every now and then something will catch my eye because it will jump out at me, or one or two people send me the same story of the day. And then I kind of get an idea what's going on. Like, I just got the edge of, I know that something's happening with one of the princes and his wife. But I haven't got a clue what it is. And I was tempted to have a look. And I thought, no, it's not going to make any difference to my life if I know or not. All it does is gives me something to talk about, with other people. Something that doesn't affect us, something that's got nothing to do with us, about a man who's worth so much money and his wife, and we're interested in their lives. And you may argue that, it's interesting to know someone else's life, but the amount of effort that we put into watching how other people live, we could put that into bettering our own lives and bettering the lives of people around us in our, in our peer groups and so on. And I think it's important to care for everybody. If you see a fallen rich person, help them. But the chances of you being around one are bloody remote, So we've got to kind of do that within our own groups. And people say, it's divisive, saying them and us, but there is a them and there is an us, and they don't care about us. And in their defence, why should they? You're raised by a millionaire, into a very rich family. They're corrupt as hell. They tell you that you're the best thing in the world. You're another human being. You're their son, after all. What interest would you have in the working class? All you know is that sometimes you have to go and stand amongst them and say some shit. Have your injections first, in case any one of them touch you. But we spend too much time idolising royal family, idolising, like film stars, idolising people who, well, what's your job? I'm a model. So what do you do again? I just put on clothes and walk on a catwalk. I just wear clothes and people take pictures of me. And I think I'm special because of that. Everyone's special. But the point is, we love a service in a fast food restaurant or, a restaurant, and we get served and we hurry people along and we're not satisfied with the food, we're not satisfied with the service. And these people are grafting to serve us. And those people who are not serving us, we're like that. All hell Brad Pitt, all hell Jennifer Aniston. I'm shit with who's a star at the moment, Justin Bieber. I don't even know who the latest singer is. And we give them too much attention, too much of our time. Okay, thanks for that, Isusha. They've stepped back from being senior roles, and it's a big hoo-ha. Personally, I couldn't care less if they do. Discombobulating, like trying to talk to someone in the past or future. Yes, it was very hard. David, I apologise for that, but we'll come back and we'll do something again. As I said, I think people will be interested. And that was surreal, wasn't it, Alan? Because I could see you talking to me about something I said in the past, and I was trying to communicate with you, and it's almost like I couldn't reach you, and it was quite a weird feeling as well. Hello, John. Hello, Jamie. Jamie, you have stepped up your game, mate. I don't know where you're getting these memes from, but you're on a winner. I'm in your page every day. Thanks. Thank you so much. So, David Edwards, when my face was on the screen, it was delayed as well. Okay. Yeah, and David, also your lens is still pretty grubby. It doesn't matter. I can colorise it here live, but I just need to sort my audio out, because what I did today, I set out 6 audio streams at once. One grabbing sound effects, your voice, my voice, any music or videos I'm playing, and it may be putting a load on the computer somehow. It doesn't say it's putting a load anywhere, but I think that's the problem, because that's the only change I made. Yeah, they're human beings. This is the thing about the royal family. We like to think these people aren't human because of their wealth and the fact that they fuck children and they murder people wholesale. But, it would be nice to just take people like that off of their pedestal and say, right, you're a regular person now. We're not going to give you any more extra help than anyone else. If you haven't got a job, you can get you can get benefits, but there are jobs here, and you have to be seen to be applying for jobs. You know, I have them working in like it's called Decathlon. Oh yeah, Decathlon. Or JD Sports. Give them regular jobs. If they're smart enough, give them a job maybe in advertising or whatever area that they fancy, and you know, let them sweat it out like everyone else, and it may humble them, and you know, they may become more humane. Who knows? But you know, killing and chopping heads off only if they put up resistance. Hello, Edwin. Good to see you there. So, So, as I was saying, you know, we pay too much heed to them. Now, I understand that it's work. Now, a friend of mine who's just came on, I understand his plight. Not that he has one. I just said that. He's an actor. Obviously, he wants to get paid and so on. And I like his work and I like to watch him. But I'm talking about people who, you know, get £20 million for a film. And I'm in two minds about it. If you've got any opinions on this, I'd be interested to hear them, because, you know, some people may say, bloody hell, you know, Tom Cruise got £30 million for that film. And when you think about it, it's his job. He's an actor. He sells the film, okay? Now, 30 million people are going to watch it worldwide. Now, if he said, for instance, right, listen, just everyone give me 50 pence or £1 for my performance, then he's worth his money. He's worth the 30 million. And I can see some kind of sense in that, as perverse as it seems. But at the same time, I think the thing that doesn't sit well with me on a personal level is that we idolise these people and they get the adoration, and they can't communicate with everyone and give everyone a personal service. I understand that. But for me, I wish they would give something back to the society that supports them. And they really do. They think it's just good enough to appear. Okay, listen, I'll appear, you know, surrounded by, you know, 10 bodyguards, and the bodyguards are a necessity because people are crazy. You know, even just people grabbing at a celebrity, if they didn't have bodyguards, it'd cause some damage, I'd imagine, because people are fanatic. They're fans after all. And obviously you've got the crazies who just take a dislike to you know, to stars. And I can feel some of this. I'm not claiming to be a star, but what I say is, the more popular I get, the more, you know, you get one person comes in and hates you just because of what you're doing, or just because of the fact that you've got people who like you and they can't take it or they can't understand it and they hate you for it, and they'll keep on digging at you. And one guy who got into hating me, he was military, quite dangerous, thuggy kind of guy, took loads of steroids, always had steroid rage and so on. And people like that could be dangerous if you meet them one-on-one. So in defence of the stars and bodyguards, I kind of get that. But at the same time, I think they've got a voice that they can speak to the world, and they do, showing themselves shooting people and like getting the girl and all that business. But they very, very rarely say anything positive. And if they do, they wait until the end of their career, and it's either just an opinion, just a thesis, that they're a failing star who wants some limelight, so they come back and do something diverse, or now they've made all their money and they don't care, because this happens as we get old. You know, you start repenting, you start wanting forgiveness, and, you know, start giving back. I see these stars like Sylvester Stallone and a few others recently going, yeah, and then they're talking and getting accolades for saying things they should have said 30 years ago, or what other people who are not famous are saying. And okay, fair enough, at least they're doing it, you may argue, but come on, when you made your first 30 million, 40, 50 million, you could have just started making a change in the world, because people think you can't always throw money at things, but it does help, because there's an imbalance in the world. These people have got billions and these people have got pence over here. And for any society that grows up, imagine you live on an island with 100 people and everyone starts off with £100. At some point, some people are going to not have any money and someone else is going to have all the money. And if that person's got £900 and there's only £100 left on the island for the other 9 people, then that person who's got everything, who owns all the vines and owns all the forests and owns the sea and owns all of the buildings, it's like, okay, you won. Let's reset. Let's play again. You don't have to give everything back to play on a level playing field, but you've got like £900 and everyone else has got 100 to share between them. So why don't you give 500 back? Just give it back with no nothing attached, and you can live on your 400. And so can your children and your children's children. But the other 500 give everyone else a fair chance. I hope that made sense anyway.
Now listen, this is